way to work. And yes, I have to comment on the newest announcement from Commodore. I knew you guys were going to want to tune in to see what I had to say about this. But yeah, so a phone, Perry, a gold phone in today's climate. Are we just being a little tone deaf, or did we miss the memo? A phone. Okay. Wow. All right. So I don't even know where to begin, to be honest with you. So let's forget about the dumbass timing of selling a gold phone in today's, an overpriced, rebranded gold phone in today's climate. Let's start with that. Leave it at that, because I don't want to get political here. But let's start with that, and let's work our way down. The concept of removing distractions from using a flip phone is not something new. In fact, apparently there is a gaining momentum of using dumb devices instead of smart devices. Gen Z and Alpha are turning toward cameras without phones attached to them. They're turning to media, things of that nature, because they've only grown up in an environment where they're connected to the internet with a probe up their ass 24 hours a day. So I get the to bring back a flip phone. All right, so what do you do to bring back the flip phone? You make it based on Android, which means it's I don't know if it's still the most popular operating system on the planet, but it used to be. You bring that, and it's 99% compatible with Android apps. You load it with shit from fucking Facebook, and then you say, but it's okay because there's no real keyboard and there's no touchscreen, so it's okay. I'm not 100% trying to figure. I'm trying to figure this one out. The concept is sound, but the execution and timing of said execution is ridiculous. What? I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss of words here. Okay, so one, the idea is not bad, outside of the fact that somebody's already released a branded Commodore phone in the past, and we saw how that worked out. So if you're gonna do it, commit, right? Freaking go to Motorola, get a real flip phone that has SMS, and that's pretty much it. Rebrand it, give it a clear shell with some bright starlight LEDs or whatever, RGB lighting, and then call it a Commodore phone. I don't know. I don't think that the timing on this was right. I don't think the implementation was right. And honestly, I was cringing at the concept of the X16 being the next big reveal. I'm kind of begging. I'm begging for it now. I'm thinking that's a much better idea than a Commodore phone. But what do I know, right? Maybe this is the right idea. Maybe this is the right time. I just don't think so, though. $500 for a flip phone, a little out of line, I think. And then again, the implementation of actually having apps pre-installed that are possibly the biggest problem with our social order, but it's okay. There's no keyboard and there's no touch screen, so you're fine. So instead, you're going to be doom scrolling with buttons on the side. I don't know. Bad idea. Maybe later. What you need is a couple of real Commodore products under your belt first, right? The 64 was great. You got this great momentum. The C64C was announced. You got that momentum. And then what we're basically going to do is say, oh, yeah, it was great while it lasted, but, let's make a phone. What are we going to do next? A calculator, radio? I mean, come on. I mean, those are all in the past, right? Why do you need a smart calculator? We'll give you a Commodore branded, we'll dig out the archive. Actually, I wouldn't mind actually a Commodore, like one of those, like the old the old LED red phosphorus looking displays. I might like that more than a phone, to be honest with you. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what, I don't know what Commodore's game plan is with that. I don't know. I think they were just looking for something they could flip quick. I don't know, man. Let me see what you guys are thinking here. Hang on. Live chat. Let's see here. I'm at a red light, so it's more or less safe. This is the end. Oh, good morning from Texas. Hello. This is the end of the new Commodore. Blah, blah, blah. You're right. X16 would have been much better. Should have made a flagship phone if they were going to go that route. Yeah. I'm with you. Was thinking maybe teamed up with Mega 6. That would have been a better thing too. Please, no. This is a joke. Nah, I don't think it is. It's not April. It's not April Fools. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm just looking at your comments, and I think you're all on board. So I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. You know what? Everybody gets one, right? If we've learned nothing from Spider-Man on Family Guy, everybody gets one. I think this is their one. Actually, the problem is they used their one when they said they were going to lock the firmware of the Commodore 64 out. That was their one, and we gave them a pass because they pulled it back. Maybe. And listen, I love you. I love these guys, man. I love Commodore. I love what they're trying to do. This was just a swing and a miss. It's that simple. And I would not be surprised if the backlash of this causes it not to happen. I think there's going to be so much negativity around this product, they're just going to scrap it. And they'll do it under the guise of, oh, we listened to you. Well, good. You should have asked us first. You know, how about a YouTube poll? Which of these products would you like to see next? I guarantee that if somebody had put phone on there, let's see, Commodore Amiga, Commodore X16, Commodore VIC-20, Commodore phone. What do you think would have got the lion's share of that? I don't know. It wouldn't have been phone. I think phone would have had 0 votes. Who knows, though? You know what? Listen, I can be Mr. Negative Nelly. If they want to send me one, I'll tell you what, I'll make them a deal. If they're so committed and they think this is the greatest thing ever, now I do have a contact over at Commodore now. After this video, me getting one to demo is probably never going to happen. But the point is send me one. If you really believe that this is the future of the past, listen, that's my channel, right? Preserve the past, protect the future. This is a perfect product for me to talk about. I just may not talk nicely about it. But if you want to send it over, I'll tell you what, I will use it as my daily driver. I will literally give it the best shot that I can. And I'll let you know. I'll tell you if it magically changed my life. I'm not one of those people that's glued to my phone 24/7 now. You know, I can sit at the doctor's office and not scroll on my phone. I can lay in bed at night and not scroll on my phone. I can sit at a red light and not scroll on my phone. I mean, I do a lot of the times, but I don't need it. I don't have to have it. There's no hook in my dopamine receptors for the phone. So I may not be the best person to try to cold turkey with a Commodore dumb-ish phone. Was that what we're going to call it? Let's come up with something as a group today. If it's not a smartphone and it's not a dumb phone, what are we going to call it? Let's come up with something unique, something that's worthy of the Commodore brand. How about we call it the A600? Oh, I cracked myself up. No, I don't know. Let's come up with something dumbish. Smart. I like dumbish sounds better than smartish. So let's call it a dumbish phone. A dumbish phone. I'll use it. I'll try it. Whatever. So yeah, don't know what Commodore's up to there, but whatever. Probably could have spent more time. Listen, how many things out there, you know what they should have done? Let me tell you, Commodore, what you should have done. Here's what you do. There's a guy in Germany that is making and selling Final Cartridge 3s loaded with apps. I'm talking basic apps, but apps. So, and it's on my list of things to do for the channel. I've got one to demo. I had some problems with it, so I had to get another one sent. So I'm trying to be nice and come up with a way of slanting that video. But think about this. If you've seen this Final Cartridge 3, 101% plus, right? If you've seen that, imagine taking that cartridge, call the guy from Germany and say, listen, you seem to have everything in hand here. Here's what we're going to do. we're going to mass produce these things and sell them as the Commodore Super Cartridge. Yes, that's wait. Commodore Super. Now, Super Cartridge sounds pretty good. Commodore Super Cartridge. Sold. And it'll literally be a rebranded final cartridge, 101% plus with the 30 plus apps. You know, it'd be great. Let me tell you what they need to do. This would blow my mind. Final cartridge 3, rebrand it. We're going to call it the Super Cart. We're going to call it the Commodore Super Cart. Okay. And instead of all those calculators and stupid shit apps that are built into that cartridge, get Maverick and put it in the cartridge. Could you imagine being able to boot your Commodore 64 and bring up the Final Cartridge 3 menu and run Maverick Disk Copier or Maverick File Copier or Disk Nibbler right from the freaking cartridge? That'd be awesome. That'd be freaking, that would be worthy of the Commodore name. That would also give real Commodore people something to buy, not just ultimate people. It would be speaking to your audience. Listen, Commodore, bring me on staff. I'll take care of this. I'm going to bury your phone, but I'm going to bring you the Commodore Super Cart. You're going to love it. The Commodore Super Cart. I'm all about this. I'm gonna call Perry up. Actually, I'm going to talk to my guy, and then I'll have him tell Perry, this is what we need to do. What do you guys think? You guys think that's a good idea? It's got to be better than the phone. Once again, let me repaint something for all of the people that joined a little bit later. Selling a gold phone, an overpriced gold phone in today's climate is absolutely the worst possible idea. Okay, you want to sell a Starlight? Fine. Don't sell a gold phone. Please, have some pity on us poor folks in the United States. Don't sell a golden phone. You just pull that SKU right now before anybody actually buys one. You want to have the LEDs and the light up and the RGBs and all that? Yeah, that's fine. Just don't sell a gold one, please. It doesn't land right. It's a little tone deaf in today's climate. But anyway, so yeah, that's about it for the Commodore side. I don't know what else to tell you. I do have a ton of videos on hand. Now, I know my Commodore peeps are going to want me to just keep pumping out these VCF videos. I've got like 10 Commodore videos on the backlog. I do need to bounce around to some of my other tiers. So there's going to be a couple of videos between now and the weekend probably that are going to be more of the budget audio videos. I've got some high quality physical media videos I need to do. There's a handful of things I've got to do, so I need to turn, right? My channel is 3 pillars. It's Steam hardware, physical media, and Commodore. So Commodore's had a lot of love the last few weeks. I do need to start rotating. Plus, I got to pay some bills. So, got to bring in some of the other stuff. Hey, oddly enough, PCB Way reached out to me. Now, you've made it when PCB Way wants to be your sponsor. I want to know what you guys think about that. I'm going to do a poll too, because I don't want to piss off my audience. If you guys think that having PCB Way sponsor the channel or be one of a channel sponsor is a bad idea, I won't do it. I don't usually like that kind of sponsorship, right? Where basically they pay you a chunk of cash and you read their ad, right? I don't really like that. I would rather get a product that I can use and test, and that's sort of the deal. So I don't know. Probably that the SNES adapter probably triggered them to reach out. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave a comment. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think I should accept PCB Way sponsorship? I mean, listen, at least it's not like entitled Enchanted Lands or whatever that weird shit is where they were selling you a foot of land in Scotland. At least PCB Way is like a legitimate deal. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, not in this for the money, but listen, if it can help sponsor the channel. Listen, I've got like a $1,500 Steam machine I got to buy soon. So I'm looking at all angles. Speaking of Valve, I do have a video. I'll probably shoot it today at lunchtime. I brought some equipment with me to do a talking head video about the Steam machine. and I need to get it out before the actual price is released, because once the price is out there, that's all anybody's going to talk about. So we don't want that. I want people to look holistically at the Steam machine and make a good choice. So when I was spending a lot more time on Reddit, and I was in the Steam Deck subreddit, a lot of people show up wanting buyer confirmation, right? This is a problem that we get with new tech, and this is anything, by the way, but I've got more experience on the Steam Deck side of it. So they come in and say, convince me to buy a Steam Deck. And, you get tons of people saying, no, it's the greatest thing ever. You need to do it. Absolutely. Pull the trigger. Of course, that was before the price increase. But, I was one of the few voices of reason that would say, well, I don't know. What are you going to use it for? Oh, I just want to play games. Okay, that's not good enough. What do you mean you want to play games? Well, I want to play Fortnite. I want to play Call of Duty. Okay, then you've got the wrong device, right? I think it's really important for people who have any sort of, listen, I'm a very small fish in a very big pond, right? I have some sort of a voice. I mean, you guys are listening to me on my way to work. But I think those of us with any sort of voice also have a responsibility to not peddle the company line and to actually push back and ask the questions. I don't know how many times I've tried to dissuade people from buying certain technology because it doesn't fit their needs. Doesn't that seem basic and commonplace? Like, you would want to do that? Like, shouldn't anybody with a voice that's being heard want to help educate people and make people make good decisions? That's just not the way of things anymore. I don't know why, but it's just the way it is. But anyway, so I would tell the Steam Deck people, oh, you want to mod games? Steam Deck's not the right choice. You want to play Call of Duty? Steam Deck's not the right choice. There's a lot of reasons why Steam Deck's not the right choice for a lot of people, but the price was so good and they've got that FOMO kicked in. So it's like, okay, well, listen, you're not going to listen to me anyway, but here's why you shouldn't buy the Steam Deck. And the Steam machine's the same way. There's plenty of reasons why, no matter what the price is. It doesn't matter what the price is, right? Could be $500, could be $1,500. People are going to buy it, right? Or not buy it. There's going to be a philosophy either way. The real question is the machine right for you? Is it what you want, what you need? Not what you want, what you need. Everybody wants new toys. Everybody wants new shiny things. It's a lot harder to get new shiny things when they're $1,500. Now, I'm not saying that's what it's going to cost, but that's what everybody's throwing around, right? The Steam machine's going to be $1,500. I don't think so. If it was going to be $1,500, they would have pulled the plug on it, to be honest with you. I'm much more interested, honestly, at this point on the Steam frame than I am the Steam machine, because, honestly, if you watch this video that I'm going to put out in the next couple of days, the Steam machine's not for me. I got to cover it for the channel because I'm a Steam hardware channel. So I need to get one and demo and talk about it. But there's a lot of folks out there, this is not the right choice. It's not. And I said the same thing with the Steam Deck. I want happy Steam Deck owners, not miserable Steam Deck regretters, right? They may contribute to the overall install base, but it's very negative press. Have you ever met somebody who's really upset with the Steam Deck? They really don't like it. It really chaps their ass. And they'll talk about that all day long. Well, it's too heavy and the screen's too small and I can't play all my free Epic games on it without a whole bunch of mess and nonsense. I can't play. They'll literally sit there and talk all day about how shitty it is. That's not the people that you want running around Reddit or Twitter or Instagram or whatever. Those are the people we want. We want the people that are happy with the product, right? So why sell people? Why push a narrative on people for them to buy shit that's not right for them? I don't know. I don't get it, right? I try to do my best, right? I try to do my best to be the guy. Listen, if I really like something, I'm going to try to sell you on it. But I'm also going to tell you, if this isn't the feature set, then it's not for you. If you don't have $1,500 laying around, going and selling plasma for 3 weeks in a row probably is not. I mean, that's probably not worth the time for a Steam machine, right? I don't know. Let me get into the Let me get into my parking garage here. Go ahead. You can go first. Very respectful. Anyway. Yeah, so I've got that. It's going to be 5 reasons why you need a steam machine and 5 reasons that you don't. And we're going to keep pricing out of the equation because I really think that the market right now, the market's really weird, right? You could basically, well, look at this. Look at the Commodore phone. That's how crazy it is. A $500 flip phone that's still Android but doesn't have a real keyboard. It's just going to frustrate everybody. But yeah, I mean, we're in a place where there are people that have enough money to basically buy stupid shit, right? That they don't need or want or really need, and then you've got people that can't, and they're out of the loop for it. So, anywho, I guess that's pretty much it. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the Commodore phone. I think it's the wrong idea. I think they should scrap it. I think, at the very least, make a couple of changes, right? Push it back. Maybe don't install shitty fucking apps from Facebook and stuff on it. How about letting people feel it out of the box? Maybe people need a flip. Here's the deal. Let me talk about this for just a second. What does Microsoft benefit from constantly with its Windows empire? They can literally install default apps that people are too lazy to replace, or they're too lazy to even uninstall, right? If you produce a phone that has all of the apps and shit that people shouldn't be using, because that's the whole point. You don't want them using social media. You don't want them doing this and that, but you're going to just install the apps anyway. No. Make them install the apps. You want friction? Make them install. Make them try to configure these apps without a keyboard. Listen, when you try to log into Instagram with a T9 device, a T9 keypad, there's your friction. But don't just let it be installed. Don't just have it there waiting. That's sending the wrong message, right? You need to eat less sugar, but here's a package of cookies. Just don't eat it. Whatever. I don't know. It bothers me. All right, that's going to do it for me. I'm going to go ahead and head into work. I'm Shane R. Monroe. Thanks for sticking with me this morning. Take care. We'll see you next time. Have a great rest of the day.